Have you ever heard the phrase, a jack of all trades is a master of none? Did you know there's a second part to that phrase? It goes, but oftentimes is better than a master of one. This is especially true during a pandemic, and is why we're nominating Liz Rogers as Team Member of the Year. We all know Liz is the coordinator of our wonderful volunteers, but during the pandemic, her teamwork and professionalism shone as she became known for so many other roles that she just jumped into and helped without hesitation whenever it was needed, with a smile, because, well, that's Liz.
When the pandemic first hit, Liz was a huge help to the marketing communications team. There was so much information that our staff and physicians need to know about COVID, and Liz was instrumental in helping to design and put up so many COVID-related information posters. And she also helped share updates through our intranet site, MyBGH, when Abby or myself was otherwise preoccupied, and was basically on call for anything that Abby or me needed help with. So much so that Liz actually ended up starring in one of our videos when we were introducing active screening. I needed someone to play the role of a patient coming in and showing how active screening was going to work at BGH, and Liz just jumped right on board and was super helpful in pulling that video together.
Next, she began supporting the PPE and critical supplies process. Liz began as one of the team members who collected PPE and provided a count of donated supplies to Incident Command. Within no time, she was managing that entire process, making sure that PPE was counted and those numbers were out to our management teams, as well as creating a PPE dashboard visual, which we still use on a regular basis. In March of this year, our hospital worked hard to try and bring patients and families together amid so many restrictions. We began providing virtual visits for patients and families so they could connect. Liz jumped in and supported this process, and we were able to connect so many patients with their families. The joy this brought was overwhelming, and Liz showed such compassion for the patients and families that she provided regular visits to. So much so that in some cases, some families insisted on her joining in on their conversations, welcoming her as one of the family. During that time, we also began rolling out the Essential Care Partner Program. As calls for visiting kept flying in, Liz offered to help contact the managers of the units and then connect with families to establish them as essential care partners. She did this while developing a plan to safely bring back volunteers into our hospital.
So Liz, thank you so much for all you do, not just in the pandemic, but in every aspect, from the volunteers to a million things that I'm sure I don't even know about. So thank you so much.
Liz is a true ambassador of change, and the respect I have for her as a colleague is so profound. Thank you, Liz, for everything you've done and continue to do to support our hospital and our community. BGH is lucky to have you.